kana muyedzo yo pinda iwe namata nukuti ndinewe kana muyedzo yo pinda iwe namata nukuti ndinewe usavunduke iwe namata nokuti ndinewe. If temptation come, don't panic, you keep on praying. Oh guys, oh my goodness. No, that caught me off guard. You know, when you have an accent and you have you are not a singer, and then you are trying to translate Shona to English, and maybe you're doing it the wrong way. Those three combination is just, it doesn't work. Oh my goodness, oh Lord have mercy. Well, the song is basically saying, if temptations come to you, you just keep on praying because I am with you. Do not panic, don't be afraid, because I am with you till the end. I will never leave you, I will never forsake you. That's what the song is basically saying. So I'm trying to translate that song to okay. Kana muyedzo yo pinda iwe namata nokuti ndinewe usavunduke iwe namata nokuti ndinewe. If temptations come, don't be afraid, you keep on praying because I am with you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. You know what? I'm so glad that in heaven there's no English, because some of us were not gonna make it with this accent and this show English. Oh, let me laugh. Oh my goodness. Lord. Anyway, guys, how are you? How are you and your families doing? I pray all is well with you and your families. We are doing great. You know, we are doing great. So this song just was on my heart, you know, because you know, if you think about it, you may be facing storms in front, you may be facing temptations, may be facing whatever situation you're in, I don't know, you know, but you know, life is just like, my goodness, when does this thing end? When does temptations end? When does storms, whatever it is, end? Because you'll be like, oh my goodness, it's just one thing after the other. So this song just came in my mind, you know, that I used to sing it a lot when I'm being tempted or I'm going through some storm, whatever. I'll be singing this song all the time, just reminding myself, you know what, you're not alone. You are not alone. So if you're going through something, just know you're not alone. God is with you and you will win at the end. All things work together for the good of those who love God and those who are called according to his purposes. So you hang in there. It will soon pass. It will soon pass. It is well. It will soon pass. So guys, let's talk about parenting teenagers. My goodness. For us, it was the most challenging time ever with my daughter and now with my son. Wow. I don't know if there is a a process you're supposed to take, or is there a manual where you have to just like follow? I don't know. I hope they have, and if it works, that would be nice. I would want that manual so that this time, before my daughter gets to be a teenager, at least I can follow that manual now that I'm a little bit mature in the mind, because really it's so difficult. I thought when they become teenagers it's going to get easier, but it never got easier. It became tough and hard and very challenging, guys. So if you have kids, enjoy every bit of it. Enjoy while they are from 0 to 10 years old. That's your best years ever, I think. Maybe it's not with every kid, but mostly with the kids. Enjoy. Make sure you spend so much time with them, quality time. Invest so much time with them, having fun, getting to know them. Let them express themselves. Give them room to tell you who they are, and respect that, and try and work with them as long as it's something that is not like, you know, rubbish or something like that. But you know, all you can do is guide them to that very thing they like. You know, I think that's the best way to do it, really. But anyway, for us, I think if we were going to be rated from 0 to 10, I would put, well, for me as the mom, I would rate myself, I would rate myself to be maybe a 2, and my husband maybe like a 5, you know, because, you know, yeah, that's where I'll put ourselves. It was difficult. You know, I wish I knew better. I could have done better, made better decisions, but hey. So my number one advice I can give you on this parenting thing, if your kids are still young, is get into one accord with your spouse. Be in one accord with your husband or wife, because really, if you are a, you know, the chukukuiri, what is that snake with 2 heads? One head is going this way, one head is going this way. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos. And with us, I think the problem was with the discipline issue. My disciplinary was different from my husband. I wanted like, I'm going to punish you for what you have done. You are going to learn, and it's going to be harsh punishment. You already know. I already told you, explained in that what kind of a mother was I. That's what I was. With my husband, let's say our kids, they have done something, you know, I'll be like telling my kids, I'm gonna tell your dad, because that's what you like. For me, growing up, when my mom says, I'm going to tell your dad, my goodness, I will do everything. Oh, please, Mama, I won't do it again. Please don't tell dad. Not that my dad was going to whoop us or anything, but because of his authority and what he stood for, it just made us respect him so much that we didn't want to look bad in my dad's eyes. So we didn't want anything bad to get to my dad. So we beg my mom, oh, please don't tell dad, please, 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 please. So when I had my own house, I would say to my kids, I'm gonna tell your father what you have done. Just wait, you are going to be in big trouble. And my husband will call my daughter or my son, and then says, okay, your mom told me that you did this A, B, C, and D. Okay, why did you do it? And then they'll be like, oh, da, 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 da. And my husband was like, okay, now I want you to go to your room, and I want you to go think of what you did, write it down, give me reasons why you did what you did, and give me ways of how I can punish you. Tell me how I can punish that behavior of yours, and then I will let you know of my punishment after you tell me why you did what you did, and tell me why then are you sorry of what you did. then I would look at my husband, and then the kids would have left, and I'll look at my husband like, that's it? That's the punishment? You want them to go to their room and write something on the piece of paper? And that's your punishment? Yeah, so what do you want me to do? You want me to take a hose pipe and beat the kid? Will that help? I'm like, no, but I was expecting something else, that you'd be angry. Well, I am angry. That's how I'm gonna punishment. You wait and see what I'm gonna do. I'm like, okay. So I would wait. The kid will come and they'll be like, okay, I did this and this, and I was wrong because of I should have done this and this and this, and I think you should punish me by letting me not watch TV, or don't let me go outside and play. And then my husband will be like, you know what, that's a good idea. No TV for you this weekend, and you're gonna be doing chores with me, and that's your punishment. Then the kids will leave, and I'm like, that's it? I can't believe this. That's your punishment? So from get-go, that's just the examples of the way my husband will punish. My husband was like, let's negotiate this thing. Let's resolve this matter. Let's do it. It's more like, let's do it in an intelligent manner. Me, I'm like, forget the intelligence, because this intelligence, or whatever you want to call it, it's not going to work with these kids. Let's punish with the very thing they like the most. Let's get to the matter, and let's make sure this doesn't happen again. Like that authoritative. Let's do this and this. That's it. So from get-go, when you do that, when there's a conflict in your punishments, your disciplinary, I don't want to say punishment, because you don't want to punish a kid. You want to discipline a kid. The kids are very smart. They're going to study you. So once they study you as parents, they're going to know, okay, this one is a harsh disciplinary person. This one is let's negotiate person. So they will know that, and then they will use it against you. So that became a problem from get-go. We always argue about that with my husband. Why do you do that? Why don't you do this? You have to punish them like this, discipline them like this, not like that. So we'd argue, and then we'll find ourselves saying, you know what, you do your way, I'm going to do my way. I'm going to discipline my way, you discipline your way. So that alone created a big conflict with our kids, and they already knew that was happening, and we kept on doing it, and that didn't help anything. It helped the situation at that time, but like we know, things will keep on piling up, and then it ends up causing more issues. So that's my number one advice. Just make sure you're on one accord. Agree on how you're going to discipline your kids, and you won't have issues, because now your kids won't go to this one and try and say, oh, can I do this, and then play you. They will play you like a draft. You don't want that. Now, the other thing the kids will do, these teenagers, what they will do is they will label you. And they are very smart, because now they know how you parent. So in our house, it was, you mommy are the mean, you are the mean parent. My husband became the good parent. You are mean and he's nice. If I want something, I will rather go to my dad, because you are mean. So you're going to have issues like that with teenagers. You're also going to have issues like comparison, comparing you with their friends' parents. If they go to their friend's house, they will say, oh, mommy, My goodness, my friend, the mom is so nice. She sits with us. We will be talking about boys, and we'll be laughing. She's not judgmental. She's not like, you're not gonna date, oh, this and that. She's so nice. So you're gonna have that. You are always going to be compared to other mommies. That was my biggest issue with my daughter, always comparing me with other moms. Oh, their mom is so nice. When we go there, she always do this, and we'll be talking about this. She's so free. She's so free. Probably she was right, because I was not free. I'm not gonna be a friend. I was like, no, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother. That was it. So she was like, they are so friends. They are best friends. They are not like, oh, I'm your mom, and they listen and they do this and this and this and this. You're gonna hear that a lot. Another thing you're going to have is issues with your stuff. With my daughter, it was now your makeup is disappearing, your brushes is going to be disappearing, your clothes, some of your clothes, you'll be like, where's my t-shirt? You know, when you are like, let's say, kind of same size, you know, things like that. You'll be like, who took my brush? Who took my eyeliner? Who took my this? Oh, I borrowed it. I forgot to bring it back. Don't think it's only the girl. Then you're going to have your son. If they have hair, whether it's short hair or dreadlocks, your gel is going to be missing. Your hairsprays is going to be missing. Things like that. I'm like, my goodness, what's going on? Thank God for the lock. Whoever developed the lock, I'm gonna link it. A lock for your door. My life became easier when my husband installed that lock on our bedroom door. That was a game changer. No one can get in my room. I just close my door. You can't even unlock it. I'll show you.
Door unlocked. Door locked.
You know, back when I was growing up, you just don't go in your parents' bedroom like you're walking in your bedroom like that. You knock first, and if they are not in there, you are not going to get in. These ones, they'll be like, boom, boom, door in, get whatever they want to get out. I'm like, what is this? So it was just a problem with me and my teenage kids. They love their room. And now my son, when it was me and my daughter, my husband, I'm like, oh, it's okay. You know, you can share with your child. That's your daughter. Now it became his turn. His t-shirts were missing, socks, especially socks. And now you'll be angry. I'm like, don't be angry. Sharing is caring. Remember, sharing is caring. Now it's in his court, and now it's a problem. So those kind of things, that's the things we had with our teenagers. And then these kids, the moodness, the attitude was something else. They don't want to be bothered. They want to stay in their room. These cell phones are a good thing, and they are a bad thing for these teenagers. My goodness, I wish they had you know how they have age limitation on alcohol, like you can drink when you are 21 and over. I wish they had like a cell phone limitation, like you can start using your cell phones from the age of 18 and over. I am very mean. If I was a president, I'll put it as a law. Kids are only allowed cell phones from the age of 18 years and up. That's it. That will save us parents a lot of headaches and heartaches. Because I'm telling you, these phones will isolate your kids from you. They don't want to be bothered. They want to be left alone. They don't want to eat anything. They are always busy and in their room, doing basically nothing but on their phones. So you are going to experience so many problems with your teenagers. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm just saying, look out. You know, if you don't have that balancing strategy you have with your spouse, then look out for these problems. But if you are that parent who is, you and your wife, you got it like that, your wife and your husband, you got it like that, where you are a balanced couple who knows how to raise their kids well, then you won't have issues. You would know what to do. But with us, my goodness, yes, it became a problem. Even when it's time to eat, I would call somebody like, can you come and eat? And then somebody who have the guts to text me, I'm in the bathroom. Okay, so if you are in the bathroom, what are you doing in the bathroom with your phone? I don't get it. So yeah, it's too much. And the other thing was, they're gonna be talking about you if you are the mean parent. My goodness, with my daughter, I was not only was I the bad parent, I would hear my daughter like, oh, this mom is stressing me. She's getting on my nerve. You'd hear conversations about you on the phone. You'd be like, oh my goodness, they are gossiping about me. Am I that bad? Well, if you're not a friendly parent like I was, then you are going to be in that I don't care attitude. But you have to care and you have to listen. So I don't want you to do like I did, where I was not the friend. I was like, I don't care. So I would hear those conversations, and I would hear, I'm like, my goodness, they are gossiping about me. And then I'm like, when I'm angry now, I'll bring it up. I'm like, well, it's okay. Now you can go ahead and go talk about me with your friends, because I'm not going to be your friend. I'm your mom. I'm your parent. I want the best for you. So it's okay if you want to talk about me. Things like that. So yeah, if you want to be a better parent or whatever, you do it now. You do it right now. That's why I try and share my stories, the mistakes I made, because I don't want you to go through the consequences of your ignorance, or because you didn't know. I'm going through my own consequences because of ignorance, lack of knowledge, not healing in time enough for me to parent my kids in a healthy manner. So me sharing these stories is just me trying to to say, you know what, if you are not yet a parent, or if you are a parent but your kids are still young, then you are going through whatever you're going through, you have a chance to turn things around. You can be a good parent if you want to, and it's okay to be a friend with boundaries with your kids, to listen to them, to hear them out. Because let me tell you, these kids over here, I don't know if it has changed. I'm not sure if it has changed in Africa, if they are now Americanized or Europeanized like here, where the kids are the kids over here are open. Let me say, the kids over here they are taught to critical think, to stand for themselves. They are not in a box. Comparing to how I grew up, if I compare to how I grew up, I couldn't see myself questioning my parents, like, or let's say if I'm being punished, then I tell them, no, you are wrong of punishing me for that situation. This is not called for a punishment or for discipline. Let me say, when you hear me say punishment, just put discipline in it, because we are not supposed to punish. We are supposed to discipline our kids. So let's say if then I'll try to tell my parents, well, you have to, this is not called for a discipline measure because it's really nothing. I never did that. I never did that. So when I look at that, I'm thinking, was it because I grew up in a society where you cannot express your feelings? You're supposed to respect, and that's it. So, like, whatever you are thinking, it has to be inside you. You can't express yourself like that. Here, they express themselves. Like, for example, with my son, you are going to be in a courtroom before you punish him, before you discipline him. He's going to give you points, 3 pages of why you shouldn't discipline him. And the discipline will be like, for me, I'm taking your phone. He will tell you, this is the reason why you are wrong as mom, why you are wrong as dad. He's gonna tell you. The time you finish with that conversation, you are already tired of hearing him, hearing yourself speak, and you're just going to give in and say, you know what, forget it, just go in your room. That's the type of parenting you face when you are in like a country like here in the United States. The kids are, they are very opinionated. They're really vocal. They are very open and things like that. So it's either you're going to experience a child who will internalize. My daughter will internalize. She wouldn't argue with you, but she will just ignore you, and she will be like and that's it. Or you're going to experience a child like my son, who they will tell you, they'll give you 3 pages of why you shouldn't discipline them, period. So it's like, my goodness, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah. So yeah, the other thing you experience is this long time showers. I don't know if boys, they'll be showering or they are on the mirror. It's always, I'm in the bathroom. What are you doing in the bathroom? I'm bathing. Why are you taking 1 hour to bath? You're going to experience those type of deal. Like, why is it you are bathing for a long time? Are you bathing a bath? And the other thing that we experienced was, if you dare tell them to come do chores when they are busy on their phones, or let's say come wash these dishes, they will wash the inside, they won't rinse it well, they will use the dish towel that you're supposed to wipe dishes to wipe the floor. If they feel like, you know what, I'm not gonna waste my time to get a mop, I'm just gonna mop with this dish towel right here. That's why I use paper towels a lot, because I don't trust these kids. Always had to rewash the dishes, but I will make them do the dishes anyway, and I'll just go up behind them and rewash, because I know they're not gonna do it with their heart. They are busy trying to go back on their phones. And one thing I'll give them, though, I guess it's a good thing. At least they did chores. They do their beds, they clean their room. So I'll give them that, although it's not to what I would like, but hey, it's something. So I'll give them that, though. But it's just a lot of work. I experienced a disconnect. I was disconnected from my daughter. I was disconnected from my son. You try to connect, but they don't want to connect with you. They don't want to do any activities with you anymore. You try to, let's do family thing, let's go there. They don't want to go, and you force them to go. And then when you force them to go, the attitude you will get is just better to leave them out at home. You'll be like, they don't want to speak to you, they are busy on the phone. And if you take the phone, it's another situation, because you want to try. Now you take the phone, you're saying, let's talk. They don't want to talk. It's one answer, one word answers. So it's just a challenge. It's just to be disconnected with your kids at that time. Like, you'll be like, okay, what's going on? Let's talk. Even if you go to the room, like I would try, like, let me talk to you. What's going on? One-on-one, in a nice way. They don't want to talk. They're like, oh, ma'am, if I wish you would rush. Hurry up so you can get out of my room. That's what they're saying in their mind and through their attitude they are giving you. Like, ma'am, can you just hurry up so you can get out of my room? I don't want to be bothered. Yeah, so just be mindful that these kids can study you. They know every move. They are really good manipulators. They can manipulate any situation. Don't be fooled. Not all kids, but some kids, they are really smart. They are really smart, smarter than you think. Good liars too. My kids, like now, is it recently or no, not recently, is it last year when on Thanksgiving? That's the other thing. On Thanksgiving they will come up with this speech, because you'll be trying to say, let's be thankful. What are you thankful for? So if you're a bad parent, be ready to be not thanked in a good way. They'll be like, oh well, let me thank my dad. My dad is so nice. My dad is just an angel. He understands. He doesn't discipline us in a harsh manner. He's just so nice. And then mommy, well, I'm thankful for mommy that she's always making sure we live in a clean house and we have very good food. Yeah, that's it. At first it used to hurt me, like, oh my goodness, that's all that I do in this house? And then I'll be angry, like, you see, you have turned my own kids against me. They don't even like me. They think I'm the bad parent because you are there trying to be good parent, you know, and now you're blaming. But then as you grow up and you start changing, you realize that, you know what, maybe, you know, you were too harsh, or you were too this or that. You could have, you know, you can try and accommodate their situation, whatever it is, you know. But yeah, so that's some of the consequences you can avoid, because every action you do, really, I have realized that it comes with a consequence. Like now, you know, I can't help it but to think, like, sometimes I just ask God, like, is it because of my bad parenting or me not healing quick enough that I have to now go through what I'm going through, that my own child would make such decisions? Is it because of what I did? You know, you don't want to blame yourself, but remember, when you are human, you just can't help but just think, like, okay, is this part of the consequences? Because consequences are going to come, guys. That's why I'm stressing sharing my story to someone out there, that, you know, if you have a chance to change, to be healed quick enough, do it, because at least you are going to avoid consequences like your child becoming a stripper, making stupid decisions like that, you know. So sometimes I do go into those moments where I'm like, my goodness, what if I was healed quick enough? What if I discovered God earlier? What if I became a better parent earlier? Then maybe I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through. It's just in my mind. It's something that I battle with sometimes, like, God, is this part of the consequences? Could it be? I'm still in the process of this healing, guys. This thing, I'm still going through it. And at the end, I will let you know of the answer once I come out of this temptation or this storm. This is not even a temptation, this storm. This peer pressure is a serious issue in teenagers. So let me tell you of one incident that happened with my daughter. She was 15 years old. Her friend had piercings, and she decides to go get piercings without even asking us. She goes to a place, she gets piercings, on her breasts. And then 2 weeks after, I just went in her room trying to talk to her about something, and she was dressing up, saw those piercings, and then she tells me she got it from a place. I said, okay. I was very upset, guys. I was so upset. I was like, I don't care, you telling me everybody's doing it, so there's nothing wrong with that. There's everything wrong with that to me. So we go to the place. I asked the man, I said, why would you be piercing 15-year-olds? And he was so nice and kind. He said, no, ma'am, I didn't even know she's 15. She showed me an ID that says 18. I said, that's impossible. So he shows me the ID and he was saying 18. I was like, what? Where did you get that? Oh, well, they make it. Where do they make it? Oh, mommy, I'm not going to tell you. They make it. Just know they make it. It's easy to get a fake ID. I was like, what? I told the guy, can you remove this? The guy said, okay, no problem. Just sit there. I'll remove it. I'll remove the piercings. So the guy removes the piercings. The girl was mad. The girl was mad. And I was mad too. That led to many, many situations after that point. We're going to be getting into it in the future. But yeah, peer pressure is a problem. It's something that your teenagers are going to be going through. And you just have to figure out how you're going to be helping your child in this whole ordeal. Parenting teenagers, it's a lot of work, guys. You are going to have so many arguments. You're going to have so many peer pressure coming your way from other kids to your kids, comparison issues, disconnect. There's going to be a very big disconnect between you and them. So my advice is just try to have an open relationship where your communication is top notch. Hear them out, work with them, be a friend also. You know, you can have your boundaries, but try to be their friend so you can lean in what's going on and encouraging them in a good way. You know, date your kids, like go out with your daughter. Encourage your husband to go out with your daughter, that way they can talk, so they can come up, you know, whatever they can talk about. Encourage and try, you as a mom, try to go out with your son so you can have one-on-one conversations. You know, it's something that helps if you start earlier. I started late, so it's, you know, I know it's never too late, but for you, if your kids are still young, start doing that. Do that on Valentine's, when the other, you know, here where they make it big, everything is so big. So for Valentine, have your husband buy something for your daughter, and you as a mom buy something, a Valentine present for your son. Let them know they are loved. And the number one thing, agree on your disciplinary actions, you and your husband or you and your wife, because that is so important. If you are on one accord over here, they won't play you. They won't play you. I'm telling you, some of the stuff that my kids were telling me now later on, telling me, oh mommy, you and daddy thought you putting cameras on the garage in the front and putting cameras outside at the back was helping, but really we had our ways. We would sneak our friends, we'll just go, we'll slide behind the camera through, and we're getting through the garage, and the stuff they would explain that they would do, it shocked me. And you'll be thinking, oh, I'm at work, my kids are good, I have cameras in front of my house, I have cameras at the back, so that I see who comes in my house and who gets in my house. If they try to get out through the backyard, I can see. They said they had ways. They'll be telling me these horror stories, like story they tell me now. I was horrified. I was like, oh my kids are playing me like a yo-yo. I was like, my goodness. We were traumatized by what they were telling us. I was like, why? Oh, you thought, oh, you were at work, you are doing homework, or you say don't watch TV. We'll watch TV, or don't play game, or this we'll just play game, and then when we knew exactly when you will come. Like if I took their phones as a disciplinary action, they told me, which I didn't know. That's why it's good to educate yourself sometimes, you know. They'll tell me, oh, the phone will just track our phone with our friend's phone, so we would know exactly where you hid our phone, our cell phone, and then we'll be on our phones, and when you are coming back home, we'll just put the phone back and pretend like we don't know where you hid our phone. Can you imagine? And that time is when we didn't have that lock. I was telling you about that lock for our door. So just be aware that your kids, your teenagers are very smart. They are very smart. They are good at lying. I'm not saying your child is a liar. I said some will be good at lying. They are very smart, smarter than you think. They are very good manipulators. They are very good negotiators. Their attitude will go another level. You're going to experience so many different personalities when they are teenagers, and you have to just get ready. You have to have strategies. If you can, read as many books on parenting as you want, but most importantly, surrender those kids to God and let Him lead you to those parenting books, because it is a journey. And I was thinking, oh, it will also be a journey to teenagers once they graduate and they are in college. It's done. Look at me right now. The other one is now in her 20s, and I'm still on that journey to parenting. So I don't know if it ends. Maybe it ends when they are married. I don't know, or maybe that's another set of issues. Who knows, guys? But anyway, I hope this story will help you be a better parent, or work on yourself so you can be a better mom or better dad. It's never too late. I just pray that your children will grow up to make better decisions, and you don't have to suffer any consequences because of your lack of knowledge. So you get the knowledge you need, and the consequences will be at least not harsh, because you will suffer consequences. That's life. That's the law of the land. So to avoid consequences that are harsh, you just educate yourself and do what you need to do as a parent, and you will raise better kids, healthy kids that will make better choices. Well, yeah, they might make bad choices, but at least let's pray it's not gonna be something traumatizing, horrific, or bad for their future, right? Well, thank you, guys. I hope you stay blessed. Let's keep on growing, learning, and inspiring one another. Stay blessed, guys. Thank you. Bye.